Well, hello there, my friends. My name is Life, making Gits, and today I'll be casting I'll be casting the game 2 Icebox for G2 versus Guild X grand final for the Valorant Champions Tour Series 3 EMEA Game Changers. I said that very much weird, but um yeah, let's just get into it. So previous map was Breeze. If I posted it, I don't know if I did because that's weird. I'm a very weird person sometimes, with my decisions sometimes. Um, but if you have seen it, and if you have, thank you. G2 was able to best guild 13-7, and G2 just looked really strong. They were just a really good team on Breeze. I think it's one of their favorite maps. I think it's one of their best maps. But something that Guild is going for is a push, and that's something that both teams really went for a lot back in Breeze. And we're starting to see the continuation of this on ICEBOX. And all of Guild is pretty much on A, if not Sova staying on flank. Yumi's able to get the kill on Roxy, but Kim was able to refrag. Kim was the star player back in Breeze, and she was honestly, I think, one of the top fraggers. She was also doing so much. I think planting for her team, setting up her utility in a way where they're able to take site or maybe it's where they're push certain G2 players out of positions to make them easier kills. And so far, Guild has failed in the attack on A, but they then switched to B, and G2 kind of read into it, and they do have Petrol. Petrol's able to kill Smurfette. Smurfette didn't really do too much, but then Petro was able to get a kill onto Kim, and Petro getting the three, and Zaz was breaking in favor of Petro, and right there was just a really good fragging out from Petro right there, really. But it was also a really good hold from G2. G2 uh, wasn't able to hold that, and if anything, if G2 wasn't able to keep the man advantage, I guess we can call it, in at least in even terms, and it's possible that Guild will be able to take A and be able to plant, but unfortunately, we're able to without much utility, and with I think Kim or not Kim, Smurfette was low as well. I think Smurfette was low. Um, Smurfette, or not, my apologies, with their players being somewhat lower, or at least tagged, uh, Guild wasn't able to win the gunfights against Petro, and Petro is also just better in a way. But Guild right now is again going for a push, and you do have three players on the side of G2 holding their ground, at least making this where the Guild cannot plant and are holding their ground. But all of G2 now is here besides Julian. Julian is just in the back to make sure that if anything happens, if Guild is doing what they're doing right now, which is rotating out of A and rotating to B, then right there, that Julian and even Mimi being able to rotate to mid is able to get any kills. Mimi's able to kill Smurfette, but Cinnamon is able to refrag and also get her health back. The only player that's tagged now is from the side of G2 is Zaz and Chili. But Cinnamon is just, doing the entry. She isn't able to get that kill on Petrol. That's such a huge kill. Cinnamon was able to kill Petrol. Then uh, I don't think G2 would even have a cell of a chance in this round. But G2 is able to kill Cinnamon. The two fraggers of Guild is down, and Zaz is able to kill Kim. Lance does refrag, but in a 3v2 situation in favor of G2, I don't know what they can do, but what Guild can do is have their Sofa get kill use her shock dart onto G2 Sova, but there's a trade game, and even though the Guild was able to plant and get their main advantage in favor, or their main advantage even, Chili was on the flank and was able to kill the last two players, if I believe correctly. Um, the good thing from Guild though that they were able to kill four out of the five members of G2, and I think actually no, Chile did had a Spectre. She did have a Spectre. Unfortunately, they weren't. Guild was unable to waste enough time for them to be able to plan. It just kind of seemed like Guild was kind of like juggling between like, okay, uh, how are we gonna take this? Okay, let's try take an A push, waste some utility, maybe get a frag or two, and then let's rotate out. Cinnamon was so pivotal in that round. If Cinnamon was able to get a frag onto, I do believe, Petro, then I mean, right there. I mean, I don't even know how Cinnamon lost as the Spectre versus the Pistol. I understand that Gold is not that bad, but the Spectre is also not that bad as well. And Guild again is going for an A push, but they do have their Killjoy near mid. Mimi is able to get a kill with the Guardian onto Cinnamon. Chili as well. Kim is able to refrag Chili, but Mimi is continuing to be on the tear and kill Glance. I think so far Mimi's been been getting at least one kill every single round, and that's something that you want from your support. You want Mimi to be able to be out here and to kill at least one player, at least do enough damage to points where it's a little more easier for the rest of G2 to kill the rest of Guild. And speaking of which, of being of killing and or of killing, all the killing has stopped. Guild has slowed down. They're in a 2v4 situation. Kim is one health. If anything, she can maybe get one surprise kill, but after that, she won't be able to do anything. Mimi is still here in A, but all of G2 is spread out. Mimi is able to get a kill on Roxy. Kim is the last player. She's able to plant, but all of G2 is now surrounding site. Kim, or my apologies, Zas being coming from Amy, and Petra was able to get the kill from I'm sorry, I can't speak. Julian and Petro coming from screens, and Petro was able to get the kill. Petro so far has just been so like good. Like she's been able to just kill everyone on the side of Guild at least once, and it's a really good thing as well. You want your initiator players to at least to some extent be able to get the frags, and so far I think it's actually been Mimi and Petro that's been getting the kills. Um, Guild will call a timeout here, and the good thing from Guild is that they can full buy. They can full buy, and it's actually funny because if you actually look at Mimi and Julian, I don't know if they're gonna switch out here, but it's possible that Mimi and Julian will stick to their respective guns. Julian did not die. It was only it was only Mimi and Shilly that did die, but with a timeout from Guild, there's so many things they could talk about, right? They could talk about the digression that Guild has been displaying on their side, right? And they can also talk about how they can deal with Mimi and Petrol. How can they deal with the defenses? That's something that is so important, and especially since Petrol is 1 point away from her ult. Mimi already has her ult, and if Chile is able to get the next 3 kills, is able to get 3 kills, then Chile will also have her ult. And to be fair, on the side of Guild, Kim does have her ult. That Viper Pit is so good, like especially in post plan situations, it could be just the one difference, the one thing that can determine a round win or a round loss. But G2, it seems like Julian and Zas is going to go for more of a surprise hold, I guess I can call it. Zas is right behind Julian to make sure that Julian does die, that she's able to get the refrag. But right now, you can see actually, Gilda was very aggressive in the first few rounds of the game, and then they took a timeout, and then they switch out their strategy to be a little more slow. Smurfette is able to get the kill on Julian. That's so good. Roxy also able to get a kill on Mimi, and Kim also getting a kill on Jimmy. All the kills are going in favor of Guild. Guild basically right here just baited out G2 in a way. Uh, I don't want to say baited, but in a way, Guild was just able to win their gunfights against G2. We don't know how Roxy and I believe Glance killed the Mimi and Chili, but I'm assuming that they kind of were just aggressive. And Petro is able to deny the plan, killing Cinnamon. Roxy's able to get a kill on Zaz, and in a 3v1 situation, Petro can maybe do some economic damage, but against 3 Vandals and with her Bulldog, I don't think I'm not necessarily saying it's impossible for her to clutch, but it's very like low for her to do it. And in a post-match situation as well, also. Um, Petro is near, I think that's Roxy. Yes, she's able to get the kill. Petro needs these next 2 kills in order for her to win this, but with all the utility that these two good players have, and also the guns, Petro's unable to get the kill on Smurfette, and that's a round for Guild. The first round for Guild before we saw G2 take 4 consecutive rounds, and now they're only able to take 3. And G2, and analysts that's kind of talk about this a little bit that G2 is a little more of a momentum based team, right? If they have the momentum, they can run miles with it, right? And right there you can see that they're able to run miles taking 3 rounds in a row, and but Guild was able to stop the bleeding right there, and that was a good thing. And Now, G2 is actually on a half buy. Petra does have the Vandal, but everyone else has a Sheriff, and compared to us, their guild, they do have those ARs, but that doesn't really matter when you have Zaz with a Sheriff being really good. Julian as well, but Cinnamon is able to refract as Zaz. 5v or 4v3 situation in favor of G2, and so far, like this has been a consecutive thing for G2 during these two matches. If they're able to take the main advantage, then they will either keep it even enough for them to win a round or keep it close. It's an either or situation, but Guild is able to take B for free since everyone on G2 did rotate to A, and Guild will be able to plan in the post-game situation with only a minute left. A minute then turns into, if I believe correctly, 45 to 50 seconds, but with in a 3v3 situation, Kim is able to get one kill onto Mimi, or onto Zaz, but Mimi is able to revive a 2v2 situation. And it was just kind of just a little of a trade game. Mimi did use her ult, but I think Zaz, who got revived, died. Cinnamon is able to get 3 kills, and with the dismiss, is able to reposition herself safely. Julian with 60 health against Murphet 150. Uh, she's unable to get the kill on the Smurfette, and that's another round for Guild. That's a really, in a way, important round for Cinnamon, and I say it's a really important thing to show that since Cinnamon is on that random, because before Cinnamon was on the Sky, she was playing a little more support. If that makes sense, but in a way, you can play Sky as a second entry. She's kind of like this entry infiltrator, mix, right? It's kind of the same thing with KO in a way. And Sova is really the only one that's more of a, hey, I'm just gonna sit here and just play safe. He's more of a support in a way, or that flex of the team. The Sky is not, and unfortunately for Cinnamon, Cinnamon wasn't able to perform on that Sky role. But so far, she's able to perform on this Reyna role, and she also has her ult Roxy as well. But there's also 3 ults coming in the way of G2. But Zazdil is using her ult onto A, or my apologies, onto B, but all of Guild is at least mid. There is 2 players from Guild playing A, but Chili able to get the kill on Smurfette. Cinnamon, a really important fragger for the side of Guild, is able to refrag, but G2 is just fragging out and kill Smurfette and Glance. That's 2 people that now has their ults. The good thing is that Smurfette and Glance going into the next round will have their ults, but Cinnamon and Roxy does also have their ults. There's also Zaz and Julio as well. Cinnamon or the side of Guild does rotate into taking B, and Cinnamon is able to get the kill on Zaz. That's a really important kill. If Cinnamon isn't able to get the kill onto Zaz, then it's possible that G2 will know that win this round, but Roxy is able to get the plant down. Mimi is trying to flank, but it seems like Cinnamon doesn't know this. The health is in favor of Mimi, and especially now with Roxy dying from Mimi, Cinnamon is the last player. She has to get these next 3 kills in order for her team to win this, but unfortunately, Petrol is able to get the kill on Cinnamon, and so far, G2 is able to stop the bleeding and make it where that if you want to tell Guide, or my apologies, Guild, that if you want to take rounds, cool, but we're going to take the next round or the round after that. And so far, it's kind of the same thing as before. In a way, G2 is able to take a consecutive rounds. It is able to take the first 3 rounds. They're able to win the pistol round. They're able to win at least the next 2 rounds. In the Breeze game, they're able to win 4 rounds in a row. Then Guild, they bring it back and they win 2 games. But then G2, they bring it back and they win another one. But then Guild is able to win more. And maybe I'm just remembering wrong. I'm not sure. I literally was like 5 minutes ago, but a really nice dart in favor of G2, or if Petrol is able to scan Smurfette, and they know that Smurfette is now repositioning to where G2 can easily find and kill her. But the intel goes in. Julian is scanned, and Guild does know that at least one player on G2 side is playing B, but G2, it's possible they might have read this already. I mean, you have 2 players onto B. Sova, Petra is playing mid to see to watch out for any mid pushes, and then you have Skies and Viper just near A. but Sentiment is able to get a kill onto Julio with the op, which is really good. That's the refract onto Kim. Kim has been so important. Not only she's been planting, not only her utility is really good, but she's also just been one of the higher fraggers into the or for the side of Guild. And Roxy is now using her ult, and they're now doing a full on A push, especially with this KJ ult. Gil is able to take the site with the help of the KJ ult, and now Gil, we've seen this before. They are able to plant, but Cinnamon is also able to frag. She does get the kill on, I believe, Mimi, but Petrol does get the kill onto Smurf Ed, and there might be interaction here between the two Silvas, but so far Petra just try to play a little more passive and try to see if she can find any more players. It doesn't really seem like she doesn't know where Glance is, but she's able to get the kill on Roxy, and G2 is able to retake the site, but Glance with the Silva ult is able to take out Zaz, who is defusing. Petra is able to get the 3K onto Glance, and that is another round in favor of G2. Right there was a pretty. I don't want to say. I honestly like without Roxy having the KJ ult right there and using it at a perfect time. I don't think Gil would have been able to have even a chance to win that round. But right there, I mean, we have Cinnamon just fragging out, and it seems like Cinnamon is just now replacing Kim in the fragging department so far. Um, Guild has been unable to just really frag out like that. They haven't been able to find the kills. And the only people that have been able to find the kills is, to be fair, Cinnamon. And Cinnamon's unable to find the kill onto Julian right there. But with the ult from Julian, it might be possible for her to get a few more easier kills. Mimi's able to kill. I believe that would be actually no. Mimi doesn't even kill anyone. For Guild is able to take the first pick, killing, or actually no, G2 is able to get the first pick. I'm sorry, I'm high. Petro does use her ult. I saw his glance for some reason. To kill, I believe that would be Smurfette or Cinnamon, and then the other dies. And so far, Kim does have the Viper ult, and yeah, Kim does have the Viper ult, but Julian still has those knives. And to be fair, is a 4v3 situation in favor of G2. I don't think we've just been seeing this. If G2 has the man advantage, they're going to win rounds. They've just been able to take the man advantage. No matter if it's a 4v3 or a 3v2, they've been able to win these rounds. Petro gets a kill into Glands, and that's a pretty important kill because that's more players falling to the machine that G2 is. And Kim does use her ult and is able to plant, but she is unable to get to tower. G2 is trying to surround Kim. Kim is able to find a kill, but Mimi does refrag. Roxy is able to kill Julian, but Chili does refrag, and that is a round in favor of G2. They did lose 3 players, and they did lose that Julian with the knights, which is very much important. But I think Julian was even able to get the kill with all those knights, which is quite unfortunate. But Mimi does have that op for Julian, and the eco is in favor of G2. Not only because they have had consecutively at least 2 to 3 players living, 2, 3 players living. It's also that they've been able to kill all the players of Guild, but not to worry for Guild though, because they have been able to plant. They have been consecutively able to plant, but the retake ability of G2 is just way too strong. And even though the Viper has supporting of the Guild defense, I guess I can call it, of the diffuser, they've just been unable to do much. Smurfette does have a more of an aggressive push onto, I believe that's Kitchen Hall. On top of Kitchen, and she's unable to find a frag. And Petro just been such a it's just been such a player to watch because she's been able to find so many picks, especially in this map. Before she was more like a second, third entry in a way. She was pretty good, right? She was able to find a decent amount of picks, but Petro, like along with I think it was Zaz, or my apology, Petro along with Mimi, has just been such a star player. I don't know how many times I can really mention it, but uh, just so far, Guild has just been unable to find any man advantage against G2. And Petrol fighting 4 kills, fighting a 4K right there. I don't even know who even killed a fifth person. And just Guild has been such unmatched. Like, you can see right there, Petrol has 19 kills. Petrol has 19 kills right there. Cinnamon and Kim has been doing pretty good. They have 8 kills, but Petrol has been such like a force for G2, and the eco, like I said before, and I will keep saying again, is just in favor of it's been such of a favor in G2 side. Of course, um, Guild does have a few ARs. They do have those two Vandals, but uh, Kim does have the Bulldog. Roxy having the um, Guardian, and Glance having the SMG. But even though they're going for a mid rush here, and Glance is able to get the first frag, but Chili is able to refrag. Smurf and Zaz is, for their teams is able to frag, but Zaz is able to find the first two kills. It's a 3v2 in favor of a Guild, and the future is also down, and there's just so much like Viper, like the Viper or the Viper utility comes in, the Solo utility comes in. Smurfette is able to find a kill onto Mimi, but Mini, but so far, Smurfette is also able to get a kill on G2. That's actually really important. It is a 2v1 situation that Julian is now. Gil will be able to plant, and that is like the first round that Gil will be able to win. Smurf Ed coming in big and finding a 4K for her team, being able to win the round on the back, or Gil being able to win the round on the back of um, Smurf Ed's fragging. And right there, because of the 4K that Smurf Ed had, um, Guild was able to win a round, and that's a really good thing because they were like on like a half buy in a way. They were on like a 75% buy, but because of Smurfette fragging out like that, and now with her having the op, probably them knowing that she has the op, G2 would now take the time out to kind of see what they can do. The eco is still in favor of G2 though. It's possible that Julian can buy another op, but then they're gonna cost like 4,700. So if Petros is willing to, Petro can buy Julian an operator, and then Julian can maybe go for like a Phantom or Bulldog or even hell a Spectre. But both teams were I'm kind of expecting to see here that both teams are going to have at least to some extent full buys, and I'm also expecting them to talk about how that round went, how they lost that round, and what they can do better. And it's good. It's a good thing to see because G2 they know that Guild was just kind of I guess you can say how you say they were adapting. They were more or less adapting to G2 style. G2 would play a little more passive, let Guild take sight, and then they just let their retake ability with all their utility that they haven't wasted just come into fruition and for them to use it. And well, actually talking about utility, that's she has her ult and she's able to use her ult onto B, denying any B push. But Cinnamon is taking the initiative. She is trying to find any frags into the Viper ult, but Cinnamon dies from Petro, who's also supporting the defense of B. Kim does get a kill onto Julian, and I don't think Julian even had an op there. I was actually not even paying attention to any of the guns, but now you have two ARs. Or now you have ARs on the favor of both teams, but it was also something that's in the favor of Pulse Plant. The Pulse Guild is able to plant the bomb, and Guild had been so far. A good thing from Guild is that they've been able to plant the bomb. And I mean, some teams we can't really say that because some teams are a little more frag heavy. They're a little more like, okay, let's kill everyone. And Cloud9 is a team that I think is Cloud9, not even Cloud9 Blue, just the regular Cloud9 is a team that I think is really much more frag heavy. But something that someone that is really frag heavy is Jet. And luckily for the side of Guild, Smurfette does have that operator, and she's also on that Jet. Conveniently enough, she's able to get the 2 free kills, but Zaz is the only G2 player remaining, and she will now just go back to B and just save for Phantom. Gilda is was able to with the help of, if I believe correctly, Smurf Ed and I think even Kim being able to find the frags for G2. Gilda's been able to win these rounds. A possible 5-7 split can come here. It's still in favor of G2, but as the rounds kind of or as the scoreboard keeps getting closer and closer, you have to wonder on the side of G2 is like, are they going to be able to come back? Are they are going to be able to stop the bleeding? Because if you actually look at the eco right here, Smurfette has like 50 credits to her name, sure, but all of the side of G2 does not have a lot of money. If they lose this, then they're going to be on at least a quarter buy, if anything. But Guild does go for the A push here, and with the help of Julian and again the kills, or with help from Julian, Chili's able to get a kill onto, I believe, Petro. But as I say that, all of G2 falls, the entirety of A falls. And wanna why? Is because Guild is able to play together. And you can see right there, Cinnamon is able to, at the same time that Cinnamon was pushing and was on, I think it was like, I don't want to say rope, but it was near rope. You can see that there's other guild players that were playing and playing with Cinnamon, and though Chili was able to get 2 kills, unfortunately for Guild, or unfortunately for G2, Guild is just on their shit now. And Roxy has now used the KJ ult. The last player of G2, Mimi, is unable to find any frags, and Smurfette so far has been coming up so big. Cinnamon, it hasn't been so far. Cinnamon last game wasn't able to come up like that. It was Kim, and both Smurfette and Cinnamon hasn't been able to come up the last game or on Breeze. But now you can see, even though Kim has 10 kills and Cinnamon has 8, you can see that Cinnamon actually over Kim in this situation. And I don't want to necessarily say that having your support players is a bad thing. Isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it's necessarily something that you don't want. Because your support players, I think your support players to some extent should be able to frag. But when your support players are the people top fragging, you kind of have to wonder like, what are the entries doing? Like, what are the entries able to find enough ground? Maybe they aren't able to get the kills, sure, but are they finding ground? And so far for the side of Guild, and talking about that, the last 3 rounds they have won, they've been able to find ground. Cinnamon and Smurfette have been able to find ground, and not only that, uh, Smurfette being able to find the kills. Julian so far hasn't been able to find too many kills. I think maybe 1, 2, 3 kills over the course of the last 3 rounds that Guild has won. But G2 has not necessarily a rush, but has been able to play and to go into B kind of easily. Um, both Petro and Roxy has died, but Chili hasn't died. The main advantage is in favor of Guild. We're kind of seeing a reverse here from the last game before. It was G2 taking the main advantage. And oh no, Julie was able to, no, that's not where Kim is. And Smurfette peeking out in the wrong time. That is wrong timing. And Julie was able to get the first 2 kills. Zasky in the other. And that is a really, really important round because that's only not only a pistol round, but I mean, okay, well, to be fair, that's just a pistol round, but it also shows that Julian is still in the game. Mimi is able to also get. It was not Zaz who got the first 2 kills. It's actually Mimi who did a kill on Cinnamon. Mimi falling to, or Cinnamon falling to Mimi, and then Julian getting those 2 kills onto, I believe it was Smurfette and Kim. That was really like important because if Kim was able to get a kill, or even Smurfette was able to refrag, then it's possible that Gil would have had more of a chance of winning that. But something that Julian was really good at doing is taking ground, and so far she's been able to take ground. The good thing that you can say from the side of G2, okay, for some reason something shut, but I'm sorry, I had to drink. I had to go have a drink of water. But while I was drinking, G2 and Guild was going on a back and forth, but the man advantage is in favor of Guild. A 4v2, now a 3v2, and now even a 3v1 is in favor of Guild, and has always been in the favor of Guild. And G2 was trying to go for more of a little bit of a rush execute. They were trying to do something similar, if not the exact same thing that they were doing before. But unfortunately for G2, Guild read it, and they were able to find the frags. And that's just kind of how it is. Um, in a way, of course, I guess you can call it. My apologies. But me not drinking water, I mean, stupid ass, I guess. I don't know. Um, and me actually pointing out something that maybe all of you are sick and tired of me pointing out is the eco. Now G2 is on an eco round, which they all have pistols, but on the side of Guild, they do have the advantage because they do at the minimum have Spectres or Marshals, and Roxy does have that Vandal. In G2 seems to be going for an A push here. Guild is able to get a kill on Julian, Pedro refragging, and Cinnamon is being able to get a kill, and Smurf Ed coming up big and getting 2 kills on Mimi and Zats. That's a really important round for Guild. because G2 was on a half buy, and because of that, Smurf, they I don't think I think they only lost one player, but because they only lost maybe one player, yeah, Kim died, but said my apologies, Cinnamon and Smurfette coming up really big. That was a really important round, probably for the mental, because now, or for the mental of Guild, because now you're only one round away from making it to where both you and your opponent is even, right? So I think the momentum is switching into Guild's favor here, and to be fair, defense on ICEBOX, I don't want to say it's 50-50. Of course, I'm not sure exactly on the numbers, but I think ICEBOX is a little more of a defender-sided map, which is fine, but that's the able to get a kill on Smurfette, shutting down Smurfette. That's a really important player to shut down, just because Smurfette so far has been able to find at least 2Ks for her team, and Cinnamon is near mid, might take the gunfight with Julian. I don't know if Julian even knows where Cinnamon is, but it's possible. And Cinnamon does win the gunfight with Julian. Julian not being able to know where Cinnamon is. And Roxy also win in the gunfight against Petra with, I believe that is the Vandal. 4v situation in favor of Guild here. And Diffuser is down for G2. That's a good thing. Diffuser is down, but Mimi is able to was able to refrag onto Roxy and is able to kill Glance and is able to refrag her teammate Petrol. That's such an important round for G2 on Mimi's side, because if she didn't get those 2 kills and also revive Petro, then it's possible that Guild had been to have more of a chance to win this. But you still have Cinnamon and Kim, two players that we all know that can frag out like that. Just from the course of this event, and it's able to do so much. There's 13 seconds left, but Mimi's able to get the plan, and this is so important because Mimi's able to do a lot for a team for this round. She's able to get those 2 frags. She's able to revive and plan, but unfortunately for G2, they weren't able to hold, and Cinnamon and Kim being able to find all the kills onto the remaining players of G2, and right there is, what was it, Thrifty? No, it's just a probably went. I saw it's a 30. Is a 30 like a? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know my genre like that, but so far you can kind of see like the kills for all of the players for I said almost Roxy for Guild has been kind of, I don't want to say even in a way, but um I mean, yeah. I mean, what can I say about the kills? They've been even. The kills have been evenly spread around teams or around the players. Cinnamon, Kim, and SmartFat being able to pull up like that, Glance getting a few kills along with Roxy, and but on the side of G2, uh, Mimi and Petro, and to some extent Julian has been so important for this team. But so far it's been only like Petro, and then the next round it would be Mimi, and the next round would be Petro, and the next round would be Julian. And in a way, it's good because you allow certain players to frag out like that. But it seems like for the side of G2 for now, it only seems like one player is able to frag out for one round, and that's it. But G2 is able to find 3 kills from the side of Petro. They're able to find 3 kills, and Glance is able to refrag, of course. But now Petro does have that Vandal, but like I said, Guild is using the Cipher ult to, or Cipher, the Sova ult to deny the plant, but he's unable to kill any, or she's unable to kill anyone. Mimi's able to plant, and it's possible that Glance might know where the remaining G2 players is, but Mimi and Petro coming up really big, finding those Petro finding getting a 3K, Mimi getting a 2K. That's a really important round for G2. It stops bleeding that G2 is experiencing. And if anything, that can be the round that can break the Camel's back for Guild in a way. And in terms of eco and round difference, I guess you can call it, maybe not. But right there, these guys were on a half buy. They maybe had one Vandal, and then everyone else had like sheriffs and everything. That's a really important round. And now you can see that Roxy has a Spectre. Sure, Smurf Ed is able to have that up, but everyone on the side of G2 is at least has a Vandal. Actually, everyone has a Vandal. I can't even say anything. And now Guild, they're now taking their second timeout of this half, and I mean I think that's a really important thing because um they're now doing something that G2 did. Guild was able to win was able to win a round. G2 then calls timeout. Not in in this case I'm talking about that we just had, I think like 15, 20 minutes ago. I don't even know how I don't even know how long time has passed. It's crazy. But in the terms of G2 getting the tactical pause, of course, we're now gonna have a tech pause. Maybe I'm capping. I think it was a timeout and then a tech pause, but we have a tech pause here. That's fine, but it allows the players to kind of have their time to talk about what happened. Like, okay, how can we, or on the, or, I'm sorry, on the side of Guild, how are we able to defend this against G2, and then for G2, how we're able to attack, right? Which is a really important thing for both sides. But I don't think we've been able to even talk to our coach. I think if anything, Guild was able to take the timeout, and maybe I'm not completely sure of the rules, but so far, Petro does have a recon bolt onto the side of B. There are three players on A from G2 side. Julian and Petro is taking the initiative on B, and oh no, the body, the arm showing out for the side of Julian. Julian could possibly get in that kill, but Roxy finds the trigger first and is able to find the head first. I should really say I can't speak, and Petro is the only one alone. G2 still in their spawn, and they're more or less like trying to think of like, okay, how can we do this? Should we tag B? Should we tag A? They've most likely think that there's a lot of players from Guild side onto A, but now Petro will find a kill onto Smurfette, which is a really important kill because Smurfette had an operator. But Roxy is still on this on B, and now all of Guild besides Cinnamon does rotate to B, and Cinnamon does slowly begin to rotate. And with a Cypher ult and Mimi being able to use her wall, they are able to come up. Was able to come up and is able to plant, but also the wall is it was able to give the opportunity for Mimi to revive Julian. So now it's a 5v4 in the favor of G2, and because Gil did not pick that stage, they're unable to revive any teammates. G2 is able to find all the picks. Mimi coming up big, Glant and Zaz coming in to support, and that's a round for G2. And right there, like you try to we're seeing the same thing. G2 they pause. Oh, okay. Gil did not use your timeout. Okay, Gil did not use your timeout. Now they're using their timeout. But you can see, like even with the tech pause, like G2 was able to find 2 rounds. Guild, I think for like 6 rounds straight, was able to find rounds. But then when both teams were even, right, when they're on their 8-8, G2 kind of just snapped, and I think it was specifically Meanie that just snapped and frag out and killed everyone on the side of how you say Guild along with Petro. I think Mimi getting a 3K or 2K, and then Petro getting a 3K. And then that round, it just seems like it was more of a team effort, right? Petro was able to get 2 frags, sure. Zaz was able to get 1, and then Mimi I think also 2. But also without with the knowledge of Guild knowing that they're in a 5v4, it kind of allowed them to be a little more passive. To be like, okay, let's find any aggressive G2 players, specifically that Julian, and let's see if we're able to kill them, right? Unfortunately for them, I think Julian still fall, but at the end, G2 able to find all the frags. Now you can actually see that Guild is unfortunately they have sheriffs and a ghost and a pistol. They're on more of a quarter to a half by here compared to say G2. They all have vandals, and unfortunately a recon bolt from Guild does spot out Mimi. Mimi is able to kill Smurfette, but Cinnamon does refrag. That's a jet gone. And G2, they do seem like they're going for more of a B push here. It's a pretty much of a good thing because I mean there's not many players from Guild that were here on B, but now everyone from Guild is refragging. Oh my god, Kim almost killed Zaz, but is unable to do much damage. She unfortunately not how you say she unfortunately misses the shot, but G2 with the Viper ult, they're able to hold the ground. Shirley finds a kill, but lands refracts. Zaz coming up big, finding a 3K, and G2 wins round 18. 2 more rounds, and G2 will win this map. And if they win this map, that's not only a huge mental boost, knowing that you have that you win 2 maps in a row against Guild, but it's also it's not only a mental boost, but it's also a mental, I don't want to say defect, but it's a bad thing for Guild because if they lose this map, then they have to play their next map, their third map, almost perfectly. They have to not make that many mistakes. Not none. They have to play to some extent in some rounds perfect Valorant in order for them to win their third map and then the fourth. Because remember, this is a best of 5. And if G2 wins 3 maps, they win the entire series. They win this entire event because this is also grand final. Petrol also finding the intel. That's something that Petrol's been able to do consistently. Finding intel for their team and kind of make calls on that. I don't know who. I think Mimi, if not Petrol, is the IGL. I'm not completely sure. I know. Actually, no. I think it's Julian. Actually, that is the IGL for G2 here. But the Sky ult from the, or actually no, not even the Sky ult. I saw, yeah, the Sky ult in favor of G2 comes in. Cinnamon is able to get a frag on the Petro, but Mimi does refrag. Roxy with a really nice kill onto Mimi with the grenade. But Zaz almost coming up big. She's able to find 1, but Cinnamon refrags. Cinnamon is able to find 2 kills. It's possible that she can find 3. But Julio, is she gonna find her first pick of the round? It's possible. No, Roxy finds her second and kills Julio. Or Julian in a 1v3 situation that Chili's in. Simon finds her third from mid, and that's a round from Guild. They possibly stopped the bleeding, but from all we can know, G2 can just win the next 2 rounds, but it's also the same thing with Guild. If Guild is able to put this into overtime, that'll be a huge thing for Guild. I also just want to say that I just feel like the mental is just not really there. It's a constant back and forth. I feel like this map is way more competitive in a way, but you have like these things, these times where one team, like you can even look there, G2, they win the first 3 rounds, then they and then after Guild winning 2 rounds, winning round I believe 4 and 5, they win 6 to 10, right? And then now it was kind of more of a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. One team winning 2, another team winning 3, and of course it's in the favor of G2. But it's possible that Guild can win their second consecutive round. Not the entire map, of course, but it's possible. Mimi does find a kill onto Smurfette, and same with Zaz. Oh, a 5v3 in favor of G2, and G2 now all rotate to A. Cinnamon is near defender spawns. KJ holding B, and sure you have Chili that is pushing B, and Julio pushing mid. KJ dealing with Julio. I keep saying Julio. I'm so used to saying Julio from fucking Liquid, or I'm not Liquid, NIP, but Guild finds the kills. They're able to kill all the players from A. I think it's Kim and Cinnamon that really popped up right here. But Chili's in a 3v1 situation again. Guild previously did not know where she was, but with the death of KJ, they do know where. Cinnamon and Kim are right next to each other, and unfortunately, Chili just, even if Chili was able to kill Cinnamon, Kim would have most likely killed Chili, and Cinnamon coming up big for her team. For the past 2 rounds, Cinnamon has been able to get 3 Ks, and that's really good because you want your duelists to get you want your duelists to get these kills, right? You want these people to get the kills. It was Kim and Cinnamon that did a lot. G2, I think this is their first time out of the entirety of the game, or of the map. My apologies. And actually, no, I don't think this. I think this is second. But if you look at down the bar, one team has been able to win consecutive rounds, right? It's either G2 win 3, and then Guild wins 3, and then now so far Guild win it has won their first 2 rounds, and if they win round 22, then the Guild will then go to 11-11 with G2. Mm. Okay. G2 right now is playing a little more passive. I think the call went out to be like, let's play a little more passive. Let's try like waste some utility, waste some time. Actually, I don't even know. I thought the round started. I don't even know I think the Viper wall literally came up, and then, yeah, I'm sorry. But maybe my call is actually correct. G2, there might be playing a little more with intel. They're like, okay, let's have Petra like drone us in, see where all the guild players are. Let's just kind of commit to one site, because before it didn't really seem like G2 was really committing to any six site. It just seemed like they were juggling around. And to be fair, guild's defense was really good, and I think the one round they did. Oh, no, that's a really important kill from Petro. If Roxy dies due to Petro's shock dart, and now it's a 5v3, Mimi is able to put up the wall, and Chili holding the angle for Petro to plan. It's a 5v3 situation now, and you lose out on that KJ. I think actually I don't think KJ even had the ult at the beginning of this round, but Cinnamon still has her ult, which can come up big if anyone from G2 besides Mimi dies, and Mimi's able to pick them up to revive them, right? The Silver Dart does come in. They do know where Chili is. Kim and Cinnamon does go big. Cinnamon fighting too, but Julian is able to refract. Is a 2v2 situation, but fortunately for Petro, they are able to find the picks, and Zaz being able to come and lurk from mid, finding the kill onto, I believe that was Roxy, and then Lance dying due to Petro's solo solo ult. It made it to where G2 was able to win the round no matter what, to some extent. That shock dart was so important, because you need to have someone play that yellow position. You need someone to play that yellow position. That's just straight out of it. I said Roxy, I meant Cinnamon. My apologies. But you need someone to play that yellow position to some extent, right? If that yellow player is able to live for longer than how long she did live, it's possible that more utility, if not more damage, on the side of G2 have been dealt, and or more utility usage from G2 have been used, and also damage for the G2 players being used. But Julian going for a rush. Roxy is able to kill her 5v4 situation, and Roxy is also able to use the KJ ult, forcing all the G2 players to back off from A. And now they're all rotating to B. But it's possible that Guild might have not even read this. They still have 3 players onto A, but they are rotating Smurfette to B. Kim is still on B though, and she is holding her ground. If she gets 2 kills, she's able to use her ult, but Zaz finds the kill. And the good thing is that Mimi still has her revive, so it's possible that Julio, you can see Julio come back into this, but unfortunately Julio is actually at A. My apologies. All of Guild rotates to B as the diffuser gets down, and right now the favor seems to be more into G2's favor. And as I say that, Zats and Mimi goes big and kills 2 players. Gil is able to refract though and keep it close. A 2v or a 2v or 3v3 that was, and then and quickly in like 5 seconds, I think, not even 5 seconds, in 3 seconds, oh my apologies, in 7 seconds, G2 was able to kill all of Guild, and that is another map win in favor of G2. 2-3. I'm saying 2-3. I should say 2-5. I'm saying 2-3. And the reason why I'm saying 2-3 is because I think G2 is going to win this. I think the momentum is on their side. The momentum is on their side. The mental is in their side. I keep saying mentum and momentum and I'm trying to like put them together. My apologies, but I don't think I think it's possible. I don't think it's most likely for Guild to come back from this. But talking about the problems of Guild, I mean, the map was a little more competitive. It seemed like Guild was able to read G2 and see was able to read G2 and to see how were they able to kind of just murk their attacks in offenses, right? But because G2 being able, I think the pistol rounds were really important. Guild has been a team that has been known for not being able to win too many pistol rounds, right? Compared to, let's say, G2, especially G2 being able to win a decent amount of their pistol rounds, them being able to win all of their pistol rounds. I think all of their pistol rounds between both maps. And though, yeah, sure, Guild is able to keep it close. Unfortunately for them, G2 just comes out and it just frags out like that. Thank you guys so much for watching this. And I also just want to say that any criticism down below we appreciate it. I will be trying to, after I review all these games and after I cast all these games, I'll probably watch a few more games or maybe just play a little more Valorant. Try to get it into the Valorant scene, and to understand not only the mechanics of Valorant, not only as a player, like especially a casual player, because I do play Valorant casually, but also just as a pro player, in terms of watching games and analyzing them and all that. I'll be doing the same thing for my R6 stuff. But yeah, anyway, hope you liked this video. If you do, you should hit the like button below. And remember, this is the weirdest content that is on the internet. I can't say anything. I need a drink of water. And I mean a drink of water. I mean I need to gulp down my water bottle. And I'll see you guys in the next video that I'll most likely will upload. This is weird.